Good morning, good morning. Stocks go up, stocks go down. Techs are bad. There's a rotation. World is changing. How long does it take? It can take a while. And there's a huge lesson here. And this lesson goes back to the Broadcom story that I've given you many times. In 2001, when things changed, they changed. And way back when that happened, I would still buy a lot of different techs because that's what I knew. I knew all the chips. I'd buy Marvell and Analog Devices and just all these chips that I knew and saying they have to go up. But they don't. And there's a rotation. So does Meta come back? Yes, Meta's going to come back. It's going to get to 130. I'm pretty sure it'll get back to 130. But it may take 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year. It will get back. Okay? Just like Netflix got to 180 and it's 300. It'll come back. I don't know when. Will Amazon come back? Yes. Amazon probably go to 90, 88, 86, may even go to 75. And then it's going to go back to 130, 140. But it's not going to do it this week, and it's not going to do it next week, and it's not going to do it this quarter. Okay? So, but the big boys will stay alive, but doesn't mean they come back right away. And that's the problem I had, is I thought Broadcom would come back right away. And that's the lesson. Okay? Now, if you look at, hold on, let me find my, not here. Okay. So, Lam Research, I mean, they make $7, $28, so 30. So trading at 10 PE, 11 PE. So they survive better. They survive better. Now, they're not going to make any money next year, so it'll go lower, and it'll hit 300 again. But it's not going to go much lower than that. And then maybe a year later, 2 years later, it'll start getting better again. And then they'll start going up again when everything gets better. Now, if everything gets worse, considerably worse, then they won't get better faster. Now, today you have this PCE. They like the PCE more than they like the CPI. So if for some reason it drops, then 3,900 is in the cards if it drops. Now, I don't know if it drops. Now, yesterday, Amazon straight down to 90. We had the 105s. So those, they're going to open at 8 or something like that. But we bought some puts. We didn't buy a lot, but we bought some puts. And the cloud is bad. The cloud is bad. So the myth that people have in the world, and Kramer came on and he ranted about this and he apologized to people. You don't need to apologize. It's just information. Now, his information at that point sucked because he didn't listen. And this is where you need to get better, and this is where Sam is really good. He listens. Because in 2001, Sam didn't listen. I didn't listen. I was just stupid. I was one of those guys said a stock that's 370 goes to 100 has to go to 300. I was just dumb. I was dumb. I was young. I was naive, stupid. Okay? Don't be like that. Okay? Okay? Very, very straightforward. Listen to what people say. When Facebook missed, he said the Apple privacy thing was a big issue, and they knew the Apple privacy thing was coming for a year. For a year. Now, how smart is Sam? I looked at the Apple privacy thing for 2 days, and I said there's no workaround. There is no possible workaround. It's impossible. That's what I said. Zuckerberg then had 1 year to figure it out. He didn't figure it out. Had another quarter to figure it out. Didn't figure it out, and the stock starts going down. He came out and he said, we're working on some alternatives. And think about the alternatives. Here's the alternatives. So Apple has 1 billion users. You're serving them ads based on the location. Then you have to opt in, not opt out. So that means you're losing half your people right off the bat. You lost half of your users. Okay? Then another 25% never respond to the opt-in or opt-out. So you lost another 25% of your users. So you've lost 75% of users. And here is their solution. Oh, if Target has an app, then we can track through Target's app. You can, but Target has to ask you. So now you not only have to approve Apple, but you have to approve Target. Doesn't work. You lose another 25%. Yeah, not 100%, but let's say 95%. And there's no workaround. There is no workaround. None. All these smart IT, oh my God, I can do anything. You can't do this because you have no clue. Can't do this. Okay? So he told you, and the stock goes to 300 from 370, and he told you it's bad. And then it starts going down. Okay? 240. And then he tells you, we're going to have to replace the income, so we're going all in on the metaverse. I mean, this is like NFTs, guys. This is like NFTs. We're going all in on the metaverse. Okay, at least he's got a new strategy to come up with. Okay. But then he tells you something, and Sheryl Sandberg leaves. He tells you it's going to take 5 to 6 years to make a penny from the metaverse. 5 to 6 years. And then a month later, Cramer interviews him. And he shows Cramer some bullshit on, you wear these goggles and you see, oh my God, Cramer has a billboard and he owns a house on some road in some bullshit metaverse. And people are like, oh my God, I paid $200,000 for this space in this metaverse. What the hell is that? Are you that dumb? Are people that dumb? You don't even know if this is the metaverse. Every company in the world can create a metaverse, a virtual world. Every single company can. Which one are you going to go into? One of a million? Who knows? Think about that. So then it goes to 200 and 180. And people buy when Cramer says that. Now here's the problem with Cramer. Cramer is in love with a certain set of people. He gives you good information. I'm telling you, Cramer's information is very good. You just have to figure out if he's right or wrong, and that's not hard. He just gives you information. Think about what Bezos told you. Batten the hatches. He told you batten the hatches. At Amazon, the 110s got to 80 cents this week. They're going to be $20. $20 was at 110. Told you batten the hatches. I had people telling me, oh my God, Amazon's going to be good. They did a second Prime Day. Why would you do a second Prime Day? Really, why would you do a second Prime Day? Why would you keep raising prices if you don't have to? To piss people off so then they leave? Really? I mean, it's not hard to know that they were going to miss. Just didn't know how far it would go down. Okay? So just know that, know that, know that. So when people tell you stuff, believe them. Netflix came out and said it's getting really bad and we're losing a lot of people. It goes from 700 to 400 and then goes to 170. Now it's getting better. Pay attention to what people say. It doesn't matter what position you have. If you bought Tesla at 500 and it's at 200, maybe it goes up, maybe it doesn't. But if Elon were to come out and say, I'm leaving Tesla for a year, why would you think it would be for a year? He's probably leaving for 10 years. Now, he's not saying that, so don't, it's okay. So, but that's what I'm saying. I'm just making that up. Pay attention to what people say. Don't pay attention to what somebody's analysis of that person is. CRM. Think about what they did. The bullshit that CRM pulled is unbelievable. I've done the math on CRM. The dollar is destroying this company. And the CEO says things are bad. And then the next day, because it's bad, they come out and say, if this is 2022, it's bad. But we're going to reaffirm and we're going to raise our guidance for 2026. It's bad today, but it's going to be better in 4 years. You don't even know if these guys are going to be around in 4 years. Really. And the stock went up $12. 2 days later, it lost 12 and lost 10 more. Why would you guide 4 years later? Why don't you just guide 40 years later? Okay, I'm going to give you a number for 2050. Tesla, think about it. These guys, these sorry analysts, well, Tesla is going to, by 2030, they're going to make all these cars. Well, that's bullshit. Who gives a shit about 2030? I care about 2023. That's next year. Maybe it goes up, maybe it goes down. But everybody is telling you exactly what's happening, and you're not paying attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. Now, today, you got this PCE. If it gets better, the market's going to rocket. It's going to rocket. It's going to go to 3,900. Then they're going to sell the shit out of techs and clouds. But if the PCE is worse, you're going to be at 3,700 the other way. Wow. Wow. And then we see, and then we see, and then we see. Okay? Apple, from what I understand, they told you it's going to be worse, but they didn't give you a real number. That's not so good. But here's the thing. So why did Apple go up? This is not hard. If you have five companies, the big boys that are reporting, and 4 are complete shit, the 4 earnings are so bad you can't even imagine. And then one's not so bad. So the one not so bad does okay, right? Does better. They put money into that one. Now, today the cloud is bad. Did the snow and all these implode? Maybe. But the cloud is slowing. The cloud is flowing. James is asking, 25 days of diesel fuel left, does the whole thing implode then? Maybe. I don't know if that's true. People have been saying this all over the place. Look, here's something people have been telling me. I mean, this Steve guy used to tell me this bullshit because he didn't understand the market years ago. Well, the Fed can't raise rates because we can't pay our interest. Who gives a shit? All they have to do is print money to pay the interest. Look, guys, they just add to the deficit, which it could be a fake number, or they just print more money. What if they go out and they print $1 billion and they don't tell you that they printed it, and then they give it to a bank, and that bank pays all their interest? See, I just, this whole concept of the money thing, it blows my mind that people believe that this is all real. I still can't put my mind around it. So let's say interest rates go to 30%. The U.S. can't pay their interest rate. Why can't they pay their interest rate? They don't have enough money. They just make money. And they just say they did it. And then they go out there and say, oh, we did this, this, and this, and this. And it happens. Who knows? I have no idea. So now let's go to this fuel thing, this diesel factories. I don't know what's real. I don't know. Can everything shut down? Yeah, everything can shut down. Let me tell you, if it shut down for a week, the whole world's going to implode. Okay? Whole world's going to implode if it happens. Okay? Interesting. Don't know. Okay? Then we see. Okay? So that's what I know. That's what I know today. But what I know is if this PCE is bad, you can completely crater today. What I know is if this PCE is good, you can rock it today. But there will be a rotation to different stocks. That's why we put Caterpillar on the screen. Now, Caterpillar lied too yesterday. Caterpillar had no inventory, and they sold all their tractors to their vendors, their dealers, and they said they had like 800,000 in sales, huge sales. So what is that like? That's like if you go to Ford or General Motors right now, they have no cars on the lot. If next quarter, if they sell 3 million cars to the dealers, and they say, oh, we sold 3 million cars, it's a lie. The dealers have them. Doesn't mean that they get sold to the public. So, but that's what Caterpillar did, and it ripped higher. But there's a rotation because they're getting out of the other stocks and getting into Caterpillar and D. And that's what's happening. And then we see. So I don't know what's going to happen, but that's what's happening. And Tesla, he closed the deal. He closed it. It's done. So if this overhang that everybody talked about, Tesla should be at 252 today. If it's not, it has a problem. Be careful. It has a problem. And somebody always knows. And I don't know what, but somebody always knows. Okay? Interesting. Then we see. Okay? Let's get started here. Okay, SPX down. No, what's it down? 20? 23. Down 23. Okay, SPX down 23. We're on both sides here. We have some really good puts on snow that are going to 4x right off the bat. Covers everything very nice. Then we see. Okay, so SPX straightforward here. So down 27, we'll put it at 3680. You have 3780, 3750, 3720, 3700. 3700. Then we see. Okay? Upside, 3852. Apple, 148 up, 138 down. NVIDIA, here's another bullshit article. They're going to go spend money on chips. Facebook is. So what? Other companies aren't. NVIDIA shouldn't have gone up. Okay, 139, 151 up, 109 down when they guide lower. And they'll guide lower, 109. Amazon, 91, 89 becomes a big number, 81. Through 105 would be better. Caterpillar, 113, 116 under 105. Deere, 406, 409 underneath 391. Google, if it takes out 90, this can get to 88 pretty fast. Very interesting. Watching the 90 puts, if they open at 10 cents, becomes intriguing. Goldman Sachs, 341, 352 under 309. Lam Research, 401, 422 underneath 352. MDB down to 81. I told you 85s would be nice. They're going to open at 6, 2 to 6. 179, 171 over 209. Snowman, this 161 is hard. If it takes out 159 fast, this can go all the way to 146. I actually like snow for earnings if it goes way down, which is 4 weeks away. So let it go to 146 and then we buy back up. Okay? 166 up. CrowdStrike. Cloud is slowing. 159, 151. Netflix. This wants 309. If and when it gets to 309, it's going to run to 322. But just wait. Sit and wait, sit and wait, sit and wait. NOW, 426. So NOW now becomes like Netflix was last week and the week before. Every time it drops, it becomes a nice call because it'll pop first. On any up move, it will move first. Tesla. See if this gets 233 in the first 10 minutes. If it doesn't, it's dead for the day. Enphase. First Solar missed and guided lower. Jesus, 126, 121. But you know, people get stupid on First Solar. The money manager got stupid. He really did. If you go look at the volume. We bought First Solar when it was at 90. We bought the 95 calls at 1 for earnings. At 1. $5 out of the money, we bought at 1. Yesterday, at 132, $8 out of the money were $1.80. $8 out of the money were $1.80. You have to be an absolute fool to buy those. You're going to pay 80 cents more for something $3 more out of the money. Wow. Wow. So he wasn't doing any business. He could have sold me 200 of them if it was at $1. But I knew that it didn't matter if it goes up or down. You weren't going to make any money on it. Enphase. Strong, 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 but we got out. Now with First Solar lower, this Enphase may drop back down and give us an entry into next week's. And I like the 315s at 2, max 2, no more. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So that's what we know, that's what we know. Watch the dollar. The dollar is getting stronger. Okay? And watch this PCE. That's the one that's going to move the market. This PCE will move the market. Then we see, then we see, then we see. It's a big move coming. Very easily could be up or down. You could be down 50 to 80 in 10 minutes. Or you could be up huge. Okay? Very straightforward. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Would love to see Snow take out this 156 and rip to 146 and then back up. Everybody have a great trade. Comment, questions? PC Zuck should have hired Sam. Diesel fuel. I don't know about the diesel fuel. I just don't know. If I knew, I would dig into it. I don't know. Okay? Everybody have a great trade day. See you in chat.